Hello? Hey there. With the understanding that timeliness is next to godliness, as one of my best friends always said, it is 10 a.m. That said, I know that some of the professional development sessions were just ending. People are working their way over here. We're going to give ourselves 5 minutes to make sure we've got an audience that's full and robust. If you are pitching today, if you are pitching and in the hall already, make sure that you're seated at one of the tables up here in the front where you actually can move quickly to the stage and not moving from the back. Okay? We'll be starting soon. Thank you. Good morning. There are tons of seats. If folks want to just find one and grab it, we can get going. This is a little bit like JetBlue. We're at the gate. Doors are closed. We need to take off because otherwise everything is going to fall apart later on in the day. Good morning. My name is David Freyer. It's my joy, pleasure, delight to be with you all here at WA. Day 2. Some of you may recall, I don't know if you were here yesterday, but some of you may recall knowing me from a past life when I was the president and CEO of Arts Midwest, a job I left with reluctance but relief 5 years ago this month. And for me, it's a special honor and it's a special moment to be able to be back in the room with so many friends, longtime friends, folks I've known for literally 40 years, and some that I'm just meeting now, and I'm just delighted with the relationships that are bubbling up. So thank you for giving me the space and the opportunity to be with you the last couple of days. Before we kick it off, I do want to thank again the folks who presented yesterday at the Pitch Now session and the people who attended the Pitch Now session. There was a lot of engagement, there was a lot of enthusiasm for the work that was shown. It was exciting to be in that room, and I hope that the conversations that started there will continue. I hope you also had a chance to spend some time at the sponsored showcases last night, which were fabulous. Some of the professional development opportunities that are going on. Yesterday's keynote, which was great, especially the Q&A part, where it really kind of got down. There's some very interesting conversations there. The wonderful, wonderful colleagues who welcomed us so warmly to this land in what I felt was one of the most powerful land acknowledgement presentations that I've ever been part of. It was just an amazing and a transcendent moment. And as someone who spent 35 years producing a very large performing arts conference, the Arts Midwest Conference, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge and ask you to join me in thanking the WA staff for having put together such a remarkable program. I'm really looking forward to this session. It's going to be jam-packed. If you were here yesterday, there's a difference between what we're doing today and what we were doing at Pitch Now. Pitch Now is an opportunity to see work that's being developed, work that's really stretched out of the box, where people have to scratch their heads and say, how can I possibly make this work? But it's so fascinating, I want to try. It's work that was not quite ready for touring, by and large. Today, we actually have work that's ready to go, work that's ready to be out on the road, and it's an opportunity for you to hear directly from the artist agents, the managers, the artists themselves, to learn about some very exciting programs that you might not be able to spot, that you might walk past if you're just walking through the hall. Here's a really important opportunity for you, I think, to engage. So I'm glad that you're all here, and I hope that you take some notes. Everybody only has 5 minutes to make their presentation. It's tight. They've got to move quickly. They have 5 minutes. They may not have time for questions. So take notes, find them afterwards. If you've got questions, if you have interest, and follow up, because they are eager, I know, to meet with you and to talk with you and to explain more than they can do in the 5 minutes allotted. Without taking any more of their time, I think I'm going to move directly into our first speaker of the morning. Samantha Bryant is here. I will let Samantha introduce herself, but I want to also start by thanking Samantha and also thanking ASYMM Digital for their sponsorship of the Amplify session this morning. If you don't know Samantha, if you are a presenter, if you run a venue, if you do marketing, if you sell tickets, you should know Samantha. And so take some time afterwards to meet her, but join me in welcoming her now and thanking her again for the sponsorship of this event. Thank you.
All right, it's bright. Maybe that's too far up. Hi, I'm Samantha Bryant. I'm the Vice President of Partnerships at ASYMM Digital. You're going to hear something a little bit different from me from what you'll hear from the rest of the presenters this morning, so maybe we'll pivot afterward. So ASYMM is the product of a decade-long professional partnership founded by two women with a passion for the arts and digital marketing. You may be wondering, what is ASYMM? ASYMM is what everybody seems to default to. ASYMM derives from asymmetry because we believe that we stand out from the crowd, we bring fresh ideas and a bold approach to marketing for performing arts organizations. So all in all, we are a digital-first, full-funnel marketing agency, and we work exclusively with performing arts organizations, and maybe for those in the room here, presenting venues. We use advanced technology to drive impactful results, including ticket sales, membership, donations, audience diversity, and development. And we, across the board, have over 16 years experience working exclusively with arts organizations driving marketing campaigns. We design patron-first marketing strategies that are focused on bringing a love of the arts to the communities that you all serve. We work with organizations of all sizes, presenting venues, regional theater, symphonies, ballet companies, touring Broadway, touring dance, you name it. So through the provision of our services, every arts organization that we work with is going to have strategic media planning services. This includes media buying and strategy across programmatic display ads, meta ads, social, across LinkedIn, TikTok, even Pinterest. Nonprofit organizations have a Google grant, which is $10,000 a month in free ad dollars if you're a 501c3. Definitely something, if you don't know about it, you should come talk to me afterward. We can help manage, build out, and stay in compliance and spend as much of the $10,000 a month as possible. We also do offer consultation and development for creative services, whether that's for paid media or your organic channels, content management services. We can help support your team in putting content together for marketing, for brochures, you name it. We have a team that's here to help consult and develop hands-on support across all platforms and objectives. And finally, we can also help determine the best measurement strategy for your organization and what makes sense for your business. How can we translate what you're doing in marketing to your board, to your donors, to the big cheese up top who's asking you how you're spending your dollars? At the end of the day, we want to make sure that the methods you're putting forward are ultimately going to help grow your organization and contribute back to your community. It's a delicate balance between digital expertise and a passion for measuring what matters. It's really critical to overcome those challenges and all the complexity that that brings. First and probably foremost is the rising complexity of marketing, digital ads, and a lot of you go like, that's way over my head. There's so many emerging channels, formats, ways that you can do it. If you think about the TikToks of the world, that's changing every day, and there's different ways that you can approach it and who does it make sense for and who doesn't. But we can be here to help keep our finger on the pulse for you and let you know what you actually need to know and what doesn't apply. How do you pivot? What do you use? We'll be here to help you with that, and then also focusing your time and where, and most importantly, where to spend your money and how much to spend to actually drive a result for your organization. Lastly, I want to leave you with a few real-life examples and the so what of it all, and I talk about digital and programmatic ads and search ads and what does that really mean. Some of the partners that we've worked with, we've seen some incredible results with. So for example, we work with the Monterey Jazz Festival, who may or may not be here today. Last year's campaign for the MJF 66, we drove a 42% decrease in cost per action, cost per ticket sale essentially, with their digital advertising from switching to working with ASYMM from their previous vendor. Or with George Mason University's 2 performing arts centers on their campus, we saw a 303% increase in ticket sales revenue year over year with switching to ASYMM for their digital marketing. So if you want to see something like that or learn more about it, I'm going to be at booth 242 all week. I also have a session tomorrow with one of the co-founders of ASYMM to plug that at 8:30 a.m. Not sure what session, where it is, but it's on AI and marketing if you're interested. But come find me, scan this QR code if you want to learn more about ASYMM, and happy to talk with you more this week. Thank you.
Fabulous. I'm on. Is this on? No, it's on. Okay. Thank you, Samantha. This is how good they are. She hit that mark with 1 second left on the clock. Okay? That's precision. So we like precision, especially when it gets into digital marketing. So thank you, and go visit Samantha in her booth. Up next, I would like to welcome Shane Cadman of Alliance Artist Management, who will be presenting today.
Aren't they amazing? They make me so happy just watching them. Oh, it's dark up here. I can't even read this. So, Nobuntu is a female a cappella group from Zimbabwe that performs in a style that is traditionally male called mbube. The name means mother of Ubuntu, an African concept that values humility, love, purpose, unity, and family from a woman's perspective. Some people know it as I am because we are. Mbube is a form of South African vocal music made famous by Ladysmith Black Mambazo, but it's obviously been around a long time. The word means lion, so if you're familiar with the song When the Lion Sleeps Tonight, you'll know the connection there. They sing both traditional and contemporary music, African music in the mbube style, and they often will include contemporary arrangements of pop or jazz in the mbube style as well. And at every concert, they get the audience engaged, singing and dancing along with them. They are forerunners of women's rights and empowerment in South Africa, and heavily involved in improving the lives of the women in the communities there. Their performances are highly energetic and joyful, as you saw, and are great for the whole family. Nobuntu also offers deeply impactful workshops in voice, in dance, in African studies, and in women's studies. So many of the places that we have brought them to, they engage on campus for residencies. In fact, some of the places that they have done these residencies and performances are the Kennedy Center, the Lincoln Center, the Kimmel Center in Philadelphia, University of Colorado's Mackey Auditorium, CSU Chico, Caltech, and the Broad Stage, just to name a few. And they also opened the beautiful Reeser in Beaverton, Oregon, to a sold-out performance. They'll be touring in October, November in the fall, and they generally make their way west in the latter part of that. I am in booth 403 along with Rob and Andrew, and we would love to talk to you more about that. Thanks.
Shane, stay right there because we do have a minute in case anybody has specific questions right now. I'd like to go ahead and offer that opportunity. Any questions for Shane?
They did start the timer late, so I was trying to be respectful of that, but if you have questions, I'm happy to take any. I can't see you, but I'll take them. We're good?
Okay.
Fabulous. Let's keep
Great.
us on time, and
Perfect.
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Now I would like to invite Barbara Ortiz and Hector Garcia de Leon to please come up and make their pitch. And I am going to slide out of this chair. You'll see why.
Good morning, WA. How we doing this morning? We are here bright and early. It's an honor to be here. My name is Hector Garcia de Leon, and I'm the communications director for Escuela de Bomba y Plena Tata Cepeda. We are an Afro-Puerto Rican nonprofit organization based in Orlando, Florida, and in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And we are also a 2024 PADX Showcase artist, and we are honored to bring you the magic of the drums. La magia de los tambores. Bomba is the oldest genre of music and dance in Puerto Rico. It's the musical tradition that our enslaved ancestors on the island created and utilized as a form of resistance, as a form of communication, as a form of celebration, and for mourning. Bomba was used for so many different things, and we are honored to continue that legacy that they left us through the magic of the drums. The magic of the drums is an immersive showcase, and it's more than just a performance. It's a journey that takes audiences to the heart of Puerto Rico, where the rhythm of the drums echoes the heartbeat of our people, and the movement of the dancers showcase resistance, joy, and unity. This immersive showcase blends live music, electrifying dancing, spoken word, and carnival-style performances, creating a sensory experience that captivates and engages audiences from start to finish. Our production features 3 exceptional performing groups: Gracima from San Juan, Puerto Rico, Calinda from Orlando, Florida, and the world-renowned Cepeda family. The Cepeda family is a legendary family in Puerto Rico, known for keeping alive Afro-Puerto Rican music and dance traditions for 8 uninterrupted generations. Wait a second. What is that? Ladies and gentlemen, I have the 6th and 7th generation of the Cepeda family here. Please put your hands together for Barbara Lee Cepeda and Tata Cepeda. Just imagine watching living history unfold before your eyes, seeing traditions passed down from generation to generation, performed with passion and precision. The Cepeda family, along with our performing groups Calinda and Gracima, will take the center stage in our production, offering audiences something rare and profound, a direct connection to the roots of Puerto Rican heritage. But the magic of the drums is more than just entertainment. It's a powerful educational experience. We invite audiences to not only witness, but to understand the cultural DNA of Puerto Rico, the African, the indigenous, the Spanish, and the many Caribbean influences that blend together in our music and dance. We envision the production of we envision this production on stages across the countries and performing arts centers and theaters in 2024 and 2025. The energy, the movement, and the rhythm of the drums will fill each space, bringing audiences to their feet, feeling inspired and transformed by what they just experienced. So we are looking for partners, presenters, and funders to bring bomba puertorriqueña to their communities. We want to bring something unique, something powerful, and something culturally enriching that you can't find anywhere else. So I invite you to join us on this journey where together we can not only entertain, but to educate, inspire, and preserve a legacy that deserves to be shared with the world. Thank you guys so much. We are Kalinda from Escuela de Bomba y Plena Tata Cepeda. And before I leave, I want everyone to stand up on their feet and feel the rhythm of the drums of bomba so that you can experience what audiences across the country will experience with you guys. Here we go. Eh, 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 eh. Bomba has over 20 plus rhythms, and we showcase each and every one with respect, with fundamentals, bringing audiences to their feet just like you guys are. Bomba is interactive, it's immersive, and we want you guys to join us on this journey with us. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time. Now I have like 10 seconds. Any questions? We will be at the booth in 110, and you can find us on social media, Escuela de Bomba y Plena Tata Cepeda, and I have a few flyers I can pass out as well. Thank you guys so much. My name is Hector Garcia. Thank you.
Gracias a todo. Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. I'm moving back now. You now understand why I shifted position. I would now like to welcome up Jean-François Alcolea with Alcolea and C. Thank you.
Bonjour, and thank you for coming. Good morning. It's always a pleasure to present our work, and it's something very tricky because maybe you recognize my subtle accent. So I'm Jean-François, the artistic director of the French-based company Alcolea NC, created 24 years ago. During our spring 2024 tour in the US, we made a one-week artistic residency in Broomfield, Colorado. We taught workshops in the schools, went to meet the seniors, and in the venue, made intergenerational workshops. We also performed several shows. This was tremendous. Everyone was incredibly happy and moreover committed. Consequently, all the shows were fully booked. We reached absolutely all the community. It was like a common momentum, and for sure they experienced a unique and amazing journey. Why? Because we deeply believe in our purpose in order to moving the lines, and our core values are emotion and connection, entertainment and spirituality, education and inclusion, experience and innovation, ethics and freedom. However, in this room, we all share the same values. That's the reason why we are here, and that's what makes WAS so special. We could have been online, right? So, connections. We all are connected, believing the same values. As a matter of fact, for instance, we can say, as artists, we are the seeds, the presenters, you are the field, and the audience is the water. And all together are making the entire game flourishing. And here we go, what the company is doing. The shows such as Right in the Eye, education programs, site-specific production, permanent installation, digital platform. So what about Right in the Eye touring the US? It's a 5-star show acclaimed by both media and audiences. Over 700 performances in 11 countries. Right in the Eye is a wondrous and unique experience, an interactive live movie concert based on the films of Georges Méliès, who created cinema and special effects. It's a whole show, both on stage and on screen, with inner light and scenic design. A trio of virtuoso musicians are playing more than 50 instruments. So look at the quotes. So, as a premium production, this is excellence, which means sustainability, which is trust. One more thing, in this tricky period, for instance, in France, the far right almost came to power. So, the idea could be, why not together invest in the future? So, let's plant seeds. Merci. Thank you.
Merci. Merci. Your booth number again, please?
Booth number 128.
128. Please stop by and visit our colleague from France. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to welcome an old friend, with the emphasis on old, Jerry Ross. Please come to the stage, Jerry Ross from Harmony Artists. I told him I wouldn't give him a hard time. I lied. But that's kind of a simple hard time, Jerry.
Circus is the human spirit's longing for its best self.
It's a show like you've never seen before.
With a heartwarming message.
The inclusive,
family-friendly showcase of the Omnium Circus.
Omnium Circus, which celebrates diverse backgrounds and all abilities.
It means of all and belonging to all. It's great! We can push the envelope. Everything is possible. It is important to really honor and celebrate the gifts that each person has to bring. Don't leave anybody behind. Bring your whole family.
It's a wonderful time to be in the circus world.
I am too old. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming. The Omnium Circus is the first ever of its kind in the circus world. It's a fully inclusive for cast, crew, and audience show. The cast that we have is 30 to 35% able-disabled. We have a, I'm sorry, can't read this stuff. The show comes out, we have our ASL interpreter is actually part of the show. He or she is the co-ringmaster. We have a, I shouldn't read this, I know this. We have a fully inclusive, the video is all, boy, I know how to do this. We have an ASL interpreter as part of the show. We have our video is fully closed captioned, both lyrics and dialogue. As you can see, our aerialist is a double amputee. We have a wheelchair gymnast. We have 90 dB or less is our volume to make sure sensory activities are followed. We provide a descriptor for the show, so for those with visual disabilities are able to hear the show. Following the show, we do a touch program where we bring students or the sight impaired up on the stage so they can actually see what they've been hearing. And we fit all stages. We are going to be at the Arizona State Fair the last week of September and the first week of October in their arena. We did the Umbrella Festival for the Kennedy Center outdoors, and we just did 3 weeks earlier this year at the New Victory Theater in New York. which you know is a fairly small stage. The Tech Rider does call for 40 foot by 25 foot, but Lisa Lewis, our producer, is pretty adept at making all kinds of spaces work. The show looks for an ask of $25,000 plus rooms. Generally, depending on the cast size, but generally it's 18 members of the cast. They look for 11 rooms. We are going to be in the West Coast the last 2 weeks of March. Arizona State Fair, if those of you are from Arizona are interested in going, we're offering tickets to go to that. And then they'll be in California for the March dates. So those California folks ask about that, so you can see them there. We are working on developing partnerships. We did the Capitol Theater in Washington, D.C., and Easter Seals bought a second show. I think they grossed $365,000 for their efforts. And they're doing it again this season. We'll be at the Capitol Theater in Virginia. And my brain's not working real well, but I think I've covered everything. If anybody's got, oh, nope, I've got about 15 seconds left. So I am in booth 341, got that part right, and Adrian, Michael, and I will be thrilled to offer you any information you'd like.
Perfect, Jerry. Thank you so much. Not as old as I am, baby. Okay. It's my pleasure now to welcome up another person who can't seem to stay away from the conference. Our old colleague and former director of WA, Tim Wilson, representing Startlet Farm, LLC.
Thank you, David. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. I'm here to talk about Rumination by Aditya Prakash. Sit with me. I have a story to sing. Many of you know Aditya Prakash from his work with his really formative jazz ensemble, Aditya Prakash Ensemble, but I'd like to sort of give you a brief introduction. He was LA born and raised. He's a classically trained Carnatic singer who his teachers as a child here in Los Angeles sort of identified him as a prodigy. So almost immediately he would started going to India in summers to Chennai to study with the gurus and masters of Carnatic music there. At 14, he was taken with an audience with Ravi Shankar, and at 16, he started touring internationally with Ravi Shankar, singing in his ensemble. He's spent the last few years touring worldwide with Akram Khan, the renowned British choreographer and dance theater maker in the project Xenos. And that relationship has deepened to the extent that now Akram has commissioned Aditya to do the scores for his next 3 coming pieces. And you'll be able to see and hear his music in Anil Karya's forthcoming Hamlet, starring Reza Ahmad, which is Hamlet set in the South Asian community in contemporary London. So that's a little bit about Aditya. What is Rumination? It's a multimedia, multidisciplinary musical production based on Aditya's 2023 album, Isolation. It weaves together the thread of Carnatic music with the history of Asian immigration and deeply personal stories of identity and belonging. It's not a concert, but it is a live performance kind of grounded in his kind of virtuosic vocals and compositions. He uses direct address. Aditya uses direct address to kind of share his story, so it's the experiences like he's speaking directly to you in this piece. Akram Khan has made a dance kind of film specifically for the project, and it features stunning, beautiful video projection design by an animation by Yeast Culture, which I'd like to show you a little bit of right now. Can we go to the video? And I actually lied. I'm going to speak a little bit over this. So the video in this piece is a combination of footage that Aditya has taken, historic photographs that we researched from 5 archives, and it's animated by Yeast Culture to create kind of using parallax, right, which is what you're doing here, and other animation techniques to make it feel kind of alive. Still photograph animated to make the flags move and flutter. In live performance, he combines live singing and playing instruments with some music and instruments recorded in playback to create this really deep, rich sonic kind of element to it. So why bring rumination to your community? It's a beautiful, moving and timely story that touches on universal themes of identity, belonging, and family. It's deeply resonant with South Asian audiences and immigrant communities. And just so that you know, Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are the fastest growing racial ethnic group in the United States, and Indian Americans are the second largest subgroup of that. And we'll soon have a woman of Indian descent in the White House, so your timing is good for this show. I'm in booth table 203 in the exhibit hall, and we have 30 seconds if there's any questions. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you at table 203. Thank you. Any questions?
Thanks, Tim. Are there questions for Tim? All right, I would encourage you then to, if you've got questions, if you want to know a little bit more about this project, which looks fascinating, stop by and visit Tim in his booth, and also just say hi to him. I mean, it's great to just see Tim again. I've enjoyed it. So thanks. All right, we're going to move on now to Jessie Stinnett from Boston Dance Theater. Please welcome Jessie.
Actually, you don't get Jessie except for on the screen. You get me today. Good morning. I'm Jennifer Morris with Siegel Artist Management. I'd like to introduce the Carol Kay Project by Boston Dance Theater. The Carol Kay Project celebrates the life and breath work of seminal bassist Carol Kay, who played on an estimated 10,000 session recordings with artists ranging from Frank Sinatra, Stevie Wonder, Barbra Streisand, the Beach Boys, Marvin Gaye, to producers Phil Spector and Quincy Jones. She was a member of the renowned group of LA session musicians dubbed the Wrecking Crew, and yet she remains relatively unknown. The Carol Kay Project celebrated choreographers Rena Butler, Rosie Herrera, and Carol Armitage were commissioned to create the first 3 sections, with the 4th section choreographed by artistic director Jessie Jean Stinnett. Here's a video that will further introduce the work.
The Carol Kay Project is Boston Dance Theater's program that celebrates seminal bassist Carol Kay's life and breadth of work, consisting of dance works by a variety of American women choreographers. Kay played on an estimated 10,000 recording sessions, with everyone from the Beach Boys to Marvin Gaye, yet remains relatively unknown. Dance Magazine acknowledged the innovation of the project, adding BDT to its top 25 to watch in 2021. Chief editor Jennifer Stahl writes, by consistently making these kinds of savvy curatorial choices and pulling them off with finesse, BDT's quickly grown into a company with appeal far beyond Boston's city limits. Celebrated choreographers Rena Butler, Rosie Herrera, and Carol Armitage were commissioned to create the first 3 works in 2021, and Jessie Jean Stinnett created the final work in the summer of 2022. An iteration of the Carol Kay Project was performed at Jacob's Pillow's iconic Henry J. Lear outdoor stage in August 2022, and Global Arts Live presented the first full program performances of the Carol Kay Project at the Institute of Contemporary Art in Boston, Mass. In November 2022. After having spent a year creatively navigating the pandemic arts lockdown, BDT returned to the ICA stage in October 2021 with the first iteration of the Carol Kay Project, performing Rena Butler and Rosie Herrera's new pieces. BDT's premiere of the first two works was followed by a November 2021 residency with world-famous choreographer Carol Armitage, complete with an in-person and virtual showing of the work in progress. BDT was invited to perform the project at the 2022 Seattle International Dance Festival Winter Mini-Fest in March 2022. In the summer of 2022, Jessie Jean Stinnett began and completed her contribution to the Carol K project under the working title Legacy. BDT would like to extend our appreciation to Movement Arts, Gloucester, Mass., and Vineyard Arts Project for hosting our 2 summer residencies that were dedicated to the creation of this piece. The project has been built in close collaboration with BDT's all-star team of core members. Their artistic excellence has been acknowledged by numerous press critics, including WBUR, who says, "Some of the best contemporary dance the nation has to offer." Boston Magazine says, "These are moves you don't want to miss." And Boston Globe quotes, "The dancers continue to impress with committed, technically skilled performances." BDT's core artists have tirelessly committed to the rigorous process of training and artistic collaboration to build these 4 works while emerging from the global pandemic. Our choreographers, Butler, Herrera, Armitage, and Stinnett are co-creating each choreographic moment with BDT's stellar team, and the work simply would not exist without them. We cannot wait to share this program of whimsical and thoughtful choreography to global audiences soon.
I'd love to speak with you about bringing this work to the West Coast. In particular, Carol K lives in Southern California. We would love to have the opportunity to invite Ms. K to a performance. You can find me in booth 250. Thank you.
Thanks, Jennifer. And sorry for the name screw up there. I just read what I've got here. Okay. Now, up next, I would like to welcome Ishika and Amit to the stage, who will be discussing the ASYMM Dance Company project.
Oh, it is bright. Hi everyone, my name is Ishika. And my name is Amit, and we're the founders and directors of ASYMM Dance Company, a South Asian contemporary dance company based in San Francisco. We've been working together for over 15 years, but our company is just about 2 years old. We've already cultivated a very strong audience base in San Francisco and beyond. Through our work, we tread the line between tradition and innovation. We strongly believe that creating art is an act of resistance and activism. We are here today to pitch to you our production, Pehchan, Meaning Identity. This show is a dance and music production that consists of 10 dancers and Grammy-nominated music artist Annette Phillip. We premiered the show in Oakland last year and received an Isadora Duncan Dance Award for the show as well. Here is a little bit more about the show.
Pehchan, a visual and emotional journey, an imagining of what the future could look like if we breathe into existence a world of our own imagination. We begin the show with Naam, inspired by the meaning and significance of our names and the struggles we face surrounding their pronunciation and acceptance. Another theme we explore is making visible the invisible work of women, the domestic labor that is neither paid for nor acknowledged, the underappreciated toils of motherhood, and what leisure could look like if women were free from patriarchal notions of duty. We also celebrate the beauty and resilience of queer love. Another section of the show delves into the strife that migrants and refugees all over the world face, and the ways in which these travelers must lose parts of themselves along the way to their new homes. The show features original music sung live by powerhouse Annette Phillip. The dancers in Pehchan come from diverse training backgrounds in Odissi, Bharatanatyam, modern dance, contemporary, jazz, chow, kathak, and breaking. The show creates an intimate and immersive environment where the audiences are invited into our world. Another thing which we are doing with Pehchan is breaking the hierarchy of dance forms. You don't really see classical dance coexist with street styles like breaking and queer club styles like whacking, but in our world, they all coexist and complement one another. In Pehchan, we embrace all our identities and make space for all parts of ourselves.
After self-producing and selling out shows in both California and New York, we could see that the need for this work is vital. In this production, we create an immersive experience where audiences are invited into our world. There is an interactive set of suspended letters and stories written by both the cast members and audiences. Our work draws multi-generational audiences, especially younger audiences. We believe that it's essential for us to adapt our work with the changing times to garner the support of the new age art goers. This includes having a strong digital presence.
Our show is tour ready, and we're looking for presenters, agents, and venue collaborators to bring our show to life. Presenting the show allows you to reach an untapped audience base that already exists in your communities. As Tim had mentioned earlier, South Asians are everywhere and constantly growing, and we have, and our show also reaches a very intersectional audience, including BIPOC, immigrants, multilingual, and LGBTQ+ audiences. Queer voices have historically been erased in a lot of South Asian spaces, and we seek to create safe spaces for both our queer artists as well as our audiences. Pehchan in general is a malleable show that can be performed in both black box spaces as well as proscenium theaters. We have also toured excerpts of this work in both Chicago and Los Angeles as well. Most of our cast are also educators, and while we tour, we also offer workshops, intensives, site-specific performances. We can set choreography on companies or students, as well as lectures and demonstrations.
If you're curious about our work, come chat with us. We're out of time, I think, but we don't have a booth, but we do have some business cards and brochures. We'll be by the door, so we look forward to talking more with you. Thank you all for this opportunity.
Great. Thank you both. Yeah. Thank you both for being here. All right. Up next, I would like to welcome Pat Harris.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Yeah, it is hard to see. Hi, I'm Pat Harris, and I'm the producer of the show Cross That River. This is my first WA, so I'm very happy to be here. It's an amazing conference. The video you're about to see will show you a little bit more of what I'm talking about. So please run the video, Ryan.
I'm going to take you on a little journey. 1855, Louisiana. On the McLaughlin plantation. Little dark-skinned, nappy-haired boy works with horses. His name is Blue. I'm gonna take you on his journey. Just check it out. Blue was dark as molasses, had hair like a buffalo, ran away from Louisiana. 'Cause he knew those old slave owners would certainly come in hand. Watch, play a little bit for me, Mr. Gill. Need a skin eye that you get out deep.
So, Cross That River is a true labor of love. It features all original music composed by Alan Harris. Alan isn't just an award-winning jazz vocalist and guitarist. He's a visionary who has crafted a unique sound that blends genres in ways you might not expect. Imagine bluegrass meeting rock, country colliding with jazz, and gospel intertwining with folk. That's the magic of Cross That River. Our ensemble is a 7-piece dynamic band, including 3 talented vocalists and 4 musicians. Alan composed these songs remembering summers on his grandfather's farm, where he encountered cowboys of color who shared their remarkable stories. These tales struck a deep chord within him, especially since Western movies of that era rarely reflected the diversity he saw in real life. At the heart of Cross That River is Blue, an escaped slave from Louisiana, and our main character. Blue is a fictional cowboy whose journey embodies the spirit and struggles of Black cowboys from history. Through his eyes, we explore the challenges and the triumphs of a man seeking freedom and respect. Blue's story is a poignant reflection of the real experiences of these unsung heroes. There is much joy and laughter in this story because it's about tasting freedom for the first time. These cowboys, many of whom are former slaves, found in the West an opportunity for equality and respect that was not available back east. As Alan says in the show, a horse and cow don't care what color you are as long as you can rope and ride. Now, Cross That River isn't just about Black history and Black cowboys, it's also about the women who inspired Blue along the way. The show features a powerful song called I Do Believe, the last song that you saw in the video just now. It always brings audiences to their feet with its heartfelt message. As the final notes fade, audiences leave the theater with a profound sense of connection and upliftment. They carry with them the realization of the untold stories that shaped our nation, feeling a lasting sense of hope and unity that lingers long after the curtain falls. Cross That River is a 75-minute concert, but it's also a fully staged musical theater piece with stunningly artistic created projections. Both of these are available for touring. Additionally, we offer a 1-hour presentation tailored for students where we encourage venues to promote within their communities. We're proud that the Kennedy Center maintains Cross That River online as a teaching tool, and that the state of Oklahoma has licensed 3 of the songs to teach children in that state. We're also proud that CMA, Chamber Music America grant enabled us to take it to Harlem schools. Cross That River, the concert, has a fee of $12,000, and that includes flights in the US, and the musical is around $20,000 depending upon what part of the country we're flying into. Thank you for your time. I'm looking forward to discussing how Cross That River can inspire and engage your audiences. And again, my name is Pat Harris, and I'll be at booth 110 at the Expo Hall because Cross That River is a PAD artist this year. So join me there, come and ask questions. I'd be delighted to hear from you.
Thanks, Pat. Okay, and now, batting cleanup on the program today, Spring Carlo from Holden and Arts Associates. Spring.
everyone. I'm Spring Carlo, here to tell you about Doodle Pop from Brush Theater of Seoul, South Korea. We begin with two performers on stage, Boogie and Woogie. There are two musicians and a video and Foley artist surrounding them on the sides, and in the center, there is a large whiteboard. In the beginning, it's blank. Boogie and Woogie start drawing all over it. At first, they draw faces of themselves and also the audience. They draw a light switch. They turn the lights on and off. Like siblings, they compete for space, erasing each other's lines just as quickly as they start drawing. We're in a world of visual possibilities, where the theatrical rules are set, explored, and then changed. The drawings start to move on their own, with a little bit of help, the expert timing of video projections. A humble turtle wanders into their world, and their adventure takes them on a watery world full of boats, giant squids, a whale, an epic chase scene with a monstrous fish. I won't spoil the ending, but at the end of a performance that has been in a black and white aesthetic, we end in an ocean full of color. The magic of Doodle Pop is that it almost seems simple. Everyone's doodled. That's easy. But the show is not. Every drawing, every movement, every sound, every piece of music, every video projection works together to truly create a live experience. The seamless integration of low-tech and high-tech allows for imaginative leaps and a real sense of play. And they do this with very little spoken text, which makes it an incredibly accessible show. This show is one that leaves you full of delight and wonder and full of joy at the transformative power of the imagination. We recommend it for families and school audiences, pre-K through third. It has a touring party of 8 company members and a load-in of between 6 and 8 hours. Brush Theater has performed Doodle Pop at festivals all over the world, including Cape Town Cradle of Creativity Festival in South Africa, the Surrey and Northern Alberta International Children's Festivals, and the Edinburgh Fringe, where it was awarded the 2018 Asian Arts Best Comedy. It first toured in North America in spring of 22 and has performed at venues like the Lincoln Center in New York, Cleveland Playhouse Square, Pittsburgh Cultural Trust, and Manitoba Theater for Young People. It has never been West before, so let's change that. We're touring in spring of 2026. Again, my name is Spring Carlo from Holden and Arts. Please come by our booth, 329.
Questions for Spring before we let her go? Any questions out there? Okay, take your questions then to the booth. And Spring, thank you very much for your presentation. That is a low chair, I'm just going to tell you. All right, that concludes our pitch sessions for today. Before we depart, though, I'd like you to join me in thanking all 10 of today's presenters pitching work that I think was really exciting and very interesting. So join me again and thank you. Thanks as well again to our colleagues from ASYMM Digital for their sponsorship of today's program. ASYMM down there, ASYMM, there we are. Thank you for that. And please join me as well in thanking the unsung heroes of a program like this, which was pretty seamless. We had an incredible tech crew for the last 2 days who made this work. So thank you all back there. You guys did a rock solid job. We appreciate it. Thank you. And lunch is next. So go eat. If you ordered a box lunch in advance, that's going to be waiting for you right outside on the lawn across from registration. Have a great afternoon, a great rest of the conference. And again, thanks for being with us all today. Bye-bye.